And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and well, it's flooding. There's no other way to put this. Noah might need an ark today. We'll show you radar in just a moment. 71 as you're beginning this day. 85 is the best we're going to get, but it's going to be wet. Make sure to have at least one umbrella. Let's look at radar as we go to Doc's Toyota radar this morning. What we want to pay close attention to is you'll see Lauderdale County getting a lot of showers out in the Collinsville area through Bailey, these areas here, and also on the eastern side of the county. If you're going to be traveling 19 anywhere near the Bama state line out toward Tumsuba, I-20, be extremely careful. We'll look at that in a moment also. But as we go back over here and look at Lee County, Edinburgh, y'all be ready. There's some severe storms headed your way. Now, at this moment, there's no warnings in the state of Mississippi and the East Mississippi area. But as you'll see here, the storm's cutting across and will be at Harmony in 8 minutes, making its way to Pearl River in about 30 minutes. It'll be at Edinburgh in about 20, right there at the county line. So, western Newton, Neshoba County, be ready as this makes its way out of Leak, and eventually this will make its way on into Winston County for you guys, and it's going to be extremely wet there. The system moving to the northeast. Let's put this in motion where you can see this morning as it cuts across. Now, this doesn't mean that it's over after this goes through. It just means that it'll come back in a little bit. Expect some showers today between 10 and 12, and then again this afternoon between 2 and 6. The only warning that I'm picking up right now is over near Selma. If you're over in this area here in Alabama, there is a severe thunderstorm warning until 7:15 for you guys there. Marion, Alabama, Greensboro there, right there, Selma, though, where that severe thunderstorm warning is this morning. In the Meridian area, just heavy rain. Be careful. We've had one car so far off in the medium. Could be more. We don't want you to be part of that statistic this morning at all. So on the way, we got a lot to look at. Weather forecast, what's going on in America, uncertainty in Los Angeles, California. It's a mess there. Let's get a good word, uplift us. Let's go out and see Brother Ben.
For today's devotional thought, I want to share with you a poem that someone once wrote called The Grumble Family. There's a family nobody likes to meet. They live, it is said, on Complaining Street in the city of Never Are Satisfied, the river of discontent beside. They growl at that and they growl at this. Whatever comes, there's something amiss. And whether their station be high or humble, they are all known by the name of Grumble. The weather's always too hot or cold. Summer and winter alike, they scold. Nothing goes right with the folks you meet. Down on that gloomy, complaining street, they growl at the rain and they growl at the sun. In fact, their growling is never done. And if everything pleased them, then there isn't a doubt they'd growl that they'd have nothing to grumble about. But the queerest thing is not one of the same can be brought to acknowledge his family name. For never a grumbler will own that he is connected with all, you see. The worst thing is that if anyone says among them too long, he will learn their ways. And before he dreams of the terrible jumble, he's adopted in to the family grumble. So it were wisest to keep our feet from wandering into Complaining Street and never to growl whatever we do, lest we be mistaken for grumblers too. Let us learn to walk them with smile and a song, no matter if things do sometimes go wrong, and then be our station high or humble, will never belong to the family of grumble. Now, beloved, that's a creative way to encourage us in what the Holy Spirit clearly tells us in Philippians 2:14 and 15. Do all things without grumbling or disputing, so that we'll be blameless and innocent children of God without blemish in the midst of a crooked and perverse generation, among whom you shine as lights in the world. May we never join the family grumble on gloomy, complaining street. Hey, change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. As always, I hope you enjoyed that. And you're right, Charlie, it is raining cats and dogs there in Philadelphia. Don't know where that saying come from, but said it all my life. We'll be on the forecast here in a moment and give you complete details of that. There is a chance of severe weather this morning included with this. As we look at headlines that are shaping America, we go to the Bronx, New York. 20 people have been injured, one in critical condition after a boat caught fire. So many people don't realize that a boat is just the same as a car. If you drink and drive, it can have bad boat and float, and boat and drive. That's what it was. The captain of the vessel, the guy that was driving the boat, has been arrested and charged accordingly. One person, again, in critical condition after the fire broke out. Awful, awful there. We've been talking about the Florida sheriff for the last few days that was arrested. His name, let me look at this, make sure I'm saying this right. Marcos Lopez. He's a 56-year-old sheriff from Florida. He's a part of a big gambling ring. He has made bail at this point. $1 million bond is what he's gotten off on. This is going to be bigger and bigger as this keeps growing as we find out more about it. They're wording it as a massive illegal gambling ring. He's a part of it. We don't know how deep he goes, but woof. Michael's, the store that went into Best Buy in the Meridian area. They're buying out the Joann brand, the fabric store. They expect to expand this nationwide, so we see that. I think they were in financial difficulty, and Michael's buys it and will expand it to get those arts and crafts to Americans. Colombia. No, not as I'm talking the other country, Colombia. A Colombian senator who was going to be running for a seat there. He was going to run for a Colombian president. Was shot at one of his campaign rallies. Telling you, y'all watch Mexico and nations like this. How many times do we see mayors that are injured and shot in Mexico? A little bit different in those areas, isn't it? They've arrested a Georgia couple. 3-year-old was found in a shed with no water or electricity. In a shed, a 3-year-old. We don't know what children go through, do we? It breaks my heart. You never know the child that you're standing next to in a line, what they're going through. They've been caught. Let's hope the fullest extent of the law is put upon them. Former NFL player Kelvin Joseph is facing charges. He was involved in an accident. Killed a motorcyclist. I think he is being charged with DUI. Lilo and Stitch, still the #1 movie, outdoing the John Wick spinoff Ballerina. That Lilo and Stitch is doing well at the theaters. People seem to like that. Russia has answered, as we saw Ukraine, what was it, last week with those drone attacks? Kind of like the Pearl Harbor is what they called it. They've unleashed 479 drones overnight. They're bombarding Ukraine. Seems like the war that won't end. Las Vegas, we have 2 people that are dead in a shooting. A suspect known but not yet arrested. How long ago has that been at that Jason Aldean concert where we had that issue there in Los Angeles? 3, 4, 5 years now? 2 people. That's one too many. Michigan High School, a graduation was getting ready to start. A plot has been stopped. There's going to be a mass shooting. Police, I think the word they used is thwarted it, stopped it before it could happen. 2 people taken into custody. Thank heavens. Why would you want to do that? We can't answer those questions that are people like that do that. Something's not right, is it? Do you remember, I was, 15, 16 years old when Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the movie, do y'all remember that? Do you remember that vest that he wore while he sang Twist and Shout on the float? Wore it probably for most of it. They're expecting it to sell up to just the vest. Now they're putting up for auction. And I guess you just got to have more money than you know what to do with. They're expecting that vest to go for $600,000. And my question would be, why? That's a lot of money for that. It just didn't strike me as being the thing to have from a movie. But I sometimes miss elections, and, well, I don't know that one either. Do you remember the police chief? This shocked me, that broke out of prison. He was in jail for murder and rape. Made a makeshift look-alike police uniform and slipped out. He's been captured. For what I didn't know, he was only a mile and a half from where he began. Didn't go far. When was that last escape we've had out of the Kemper County Jail? If you remember, he was within a mile of where he began. Sometimes it's overlooked. We had a U.S. Marshal accidentally mistaken. He was arrested, or detained, I guess is the word for it, as ICE agents moved in. He was identified and quickly released as they moved in somewhere. He's going to be all right. But NFL players, we've talked about this once or twice. It seems to be a trend there where people watch celebrities or NFL players or baseball players while they're off doing what they do to make a living, and they go target their home. A Seattle man has been charged with just that. Baseball players, 21 years old, he broke into their house. I think they said his value is somewhere around $300,000 is what he stole from them. Earl Henderson Riley, he was 21 years old. He's going to the big house now. I don't know if it was because we talked about eggs last week. Remember that, talking about how the prices had gone down? Oh, let's see here. Let's get rid of the troll. We don't need that. All right, that's gone. Thank you, Mark. The eggs, how prices had dropped. At least 1.7 million eggs are being recalled as the CDC says the FDA's investigated multi-state salmonella outbreak. Nothing like that to make the prices of eggs rise, is it? 1.7, that's a heap of them. The little girls, they still haven't, in Washington State, those 3 little girls, their father who killed them, they still haven't caught this guy. A mental issue, from what I can understand, is Seattle is where it all took place. He was an ex-Army soldier. He's still wanted in the connection with the deaths of those little girls. We hope this is brought to justice. Utah, not Utah, Alabama, but the state of Utah has ruled that a convicted killer with dementia, well, he's competent. He will still be executed. I agree with that. He may not have it. When he did it, he was in his right state of mind. He's headed for his execution. Now, I was a little late joining the party on all that was going on because I was busy. I was here, there, and all over the area, and I missed some of the national headlines that were happening early Saturday morning. Riots in L.A., are y'all up on this? Cars are being burned. It's one of the most awful sights you can see on American soil. It looks like a war zone. It sort of would remind you what happened in the early 90s of Rodney King, but it's much, much worse with what's going on. Trump has called in the National Guard and may call in active duty troops to get this straight. It's out of hand. Kamala, on the other hand, denounces Trump's response of sending in troops. It's bad. They're burning down the town, destroying things, hurting innocent people, but yet we have people that don't want justice served. California highway patrolmen are trapped. Did you see that in the video? They were underneath the bridge. The road was blocked. People on top were throwing boulders at them as they were trapped in their cars. They were lighting some form Molotov cocktail and throwing them down, starting fires as they were trapped. But yet we have people that have been elected, as Newsom, saying, stay out of our state. It's our business. We'll do something. You cannot let Americans get hurt, and it is the responsibility of the President of the United States, in my opinion, if they see something like this, to fix it. We've often seen things like this in the past, and no one done anything. It's time for America to stand up, in my opinion. Stomp it out. This is bad. Watch the videos of all of this stuff. It truly is like you're watching some war in some far off country, but yet it's here. Now, whether or not this will happen or not, as we get into this, the border czar, Tom Holman. You know who I'm talking about? He's very blunt and straightforward for what he says. He threatens the arrest of immigration interference and warns Newsom that he better not cross the line or he too will be arrested. Might be a showdown if that were to happen. Tom Holman's, again, a no-nonsense type guy. All through the headlines here, I'm seeing elected officials push against justice. Most of these are illegal aliens causing all this. If they're not burning it down, they're taking spray paint, breaking it. Good news, if you've been keeping what's been going on in the state of Tennessee, the zebra has been caught. It was airlifted back. You don't often see a zebra flying through the air, but yes, he was. He is headed back to where he escaped from. I doubt Elon was going to do this anyway, but Spartacus, do y'all remember him? Cory Booker? Yeah, he's saying that he's not going to accept any campaign donations from Elon Musk. Also, as we're on the Tennessee area, we had a plane crash that happened there over the weekend. 20 people were on board. They were departing Tullahoma Regional Airport. There are no deaths, but there was plenty of people injured. I think it was around 20 people on board when it crashed. It's a mess. But they're going to be okay. That's great. What else did we have happen this weekend? Mississippi, and we'll talk more about this, one of two states that's having to report that we had deaths. 2 people were killed, one in Mississippi as a tree. And we often talk about this during thunderstorms there. A tree fell on a car, killed someone. Happened the same way in Georgia. A tree fell on someone and they lost their lives as storms pushed through the area. Awful, awful, awful. Greta Thunberg. She didn't quite make her destination. She's been detained by Israel as she was going to come over and cause a scene. She's been stopped. She's not hurt. She's been taken into custody. She's the girl that, what was she, like 12 years old, that caused all that Greenpeace stuff years ago? She's an adult now. But she's been stopped from entering Israel. That boat has been apprehended, so to speak. And you're right, Debbie, I do think Newsom needs to go. That's my opinion. Can't we just give California? I don't know if y'all, Bob, basically, there was a headline that said, boy, doesn't that sound like 1860, to where Newsom gave a speech and more or less threatened about how much they gave to the United States in taxes and federal money, that they would just pull out. Don't tempt the rest of the United States. We'll be right back. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Hi, this is Nick at Doc's Toyota, and we are excited to put you in a new Toyota today. We have no dealer markup, no hidden fees, no hassle, and our inventory is always priced to move. Our top-notch sales department and first-class service after the sale guarantees you a fast and comfortable buying experience like you've never had. So come see why month after month, more and more customers have chose to buy from Doc's Toyota. So come see us here at Doc's Toyota in Philadelphia at docstoyota.com or on Facebook, and remember, there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
For over 40 years, you've been able to count on Watt Equipment in DeKalb, Mississippi. They've got your Massey Ferguson's brand new 23 up to 135 horse cab and air tractors. They've got all your hay equipment needs, all your bush hogs. If your tractor needs it, they got it. Also remember, they service all makes and models, whether it's green, orange, blue, red, or yellow. They can get your parts in, they can do your service on your equipment. Don't forget Watt Equipment, DeKalb, Mississippi.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA.
As we go back to Doc's Toyota radar again, eastern Lauderdale County, if you're on 19, any of those areas, 496, use caution. It's a lot of rain coming down in those areas this morning. As we move in a little bit closer to look at this, Toomsuba area, all around Russell, look at that rain there. We've got it heavy out by the Boy Scouts all the way out to Wyandotte Motor Sports Park. As we go northward there, 496 there at Alamucha, look at that. Toomsuba, pouring rain and hefty rain, as I'll call it hefty, all around as we get into Dalewood, up around Lauderdale. Still heavy rains there across NAS Meridian there at the airfield strip, and heavier rain as we go to the northwest of here and we get into Neshoba County. Look at all this rain and lightning that we're having now. It'll start at House there and travel up 19 through Tucker, and as we get to that west side of Highway 16, it's really bad right now out by Pearl River as you make your way to Edinburgh. Here's Edinburgh here, Highway 16, as we go south all the way out here around Rosebud Quick Stop, around Carthage, heavy rain, even over right there at the prison there. We got some showers coming down there in Walnut Grove prison area. Again, lots of lightning in these areas, and we do have a flash flood warning until 10 a.m. That includes Leake, Madison, Scott, Neshoba, and Newton counties until 10 a.m. That just happened from the National Weather Service. Flood warning. Watch those areas there. A lot of rain involved with that. Now, there's no thunderstorm warnings issued at this point, but we still have a bunch of rain coming down. This is moving to the northeast there. Lots of rain around Utah, Alabama, Livingston, York. And we still have that severe thunderstorm warning just to the northwest of Selma, Alabama, moving off there. Tuscaloosa getting its fair share of rain as well this morning. So there's lots to watch. Roadways are treacherous right now. I haven't heard of any major accidents, just some fender benders at this point this morning, but we don't need any more than that. Drive slower, keep your headlights on low beam, and ease along as we get into all of that. So that's what we have so far. Now let's get into our forecast for what the National Weather Service is telling us today. Let's see what we've got. Our record highs, record lows as we go back to take a look here. It was 1963. 100 today. As we cut across to 77, it was a low of 52 on this date. Nippy. As we look at Alabama, we do know that they'll get 84 today. We should see 85 in the Meridian area for a high. Birmingham should hit around 83. Still warmer over at Montgomery. Now, this is the timeline. As we see this, it should be 6 to 10 is what they originally put out on this storm. They're going to be changing this just a little bit today. We'll have, I'll update that in just a second as we look at this flash flooding. Heavy rain there, and this is going to take in Kemper County. It's going to take in Neshoba County, Leake County, Scott, all of these areas in East Mississippi down through Clark will have the possibility of flash flooding as we're seeing that first one issued there. Now, we're going to see some heavy rains from now until about 8 o'clock. And then another round through 10 to 12, and then we'll get another round this afternoon, somewhere between 2 to 6 p.m. is what I'm expecting. That's Mother Nature. It can change just a little bit, but that's what we see. 90% chance of that wet stuff today. My, oh my. Temperatures, what's going to happen over the next few days? Well, we see they get kind of normal, above average on the Mississippi Gulf Coast and Alabama. If you're going to the beach for any reason, it's going to be warm. Our high today, anywhere from 85 to 86, depending upon where you are. 90% chance of rain. But look at this forecast. As we said, Saturday was the day, or late yesterday afternoon, to get that grass cut. As we see a 60% chance of rain tomorrow, high of 88. We'll get 40% chance on Wednesday, 60 on Thursday, 70, and then even an 80% chance of rain on Sunday. So not a usual time to go wash your car. It may get messed up there as we watch this. All right, we got somebody else we need to... One of those, we're going to block them so they can't be dropping little notes to everybody. Our temperatures all the way through the 23rd, we'll see 88, and then we're into the 90s beginning on June 17th. Trust me, there will be a time this summer that we'll go, boy, I wish we could go back to the 90-degree weather.
Oh, yeah.
We got triple digits in our future before this summer is out. We got a bunch of it there. As we come across, let's check out our fishing forecast. Clarkdale Superette got those minnows ready for you this morning if you're headed out. 10:32 to 12:32 is the best time to fish today during that lunchtime. Minor time will be this afternoon. 6:30 to 7:30 is what we're looking at. Sunrise happened at 5:47. We're going to get sunset, and it'll be kind of cloudy today, but 8:01 will carry that through. Interesting, isn't it? Now, there's absolutely nothing happening as we look at the National Hurricane Center as we look at this. No cyclone or anything developing at this point. Let me check here out by Hawaii. It seems like we had something going on on the western side here. Let me back out and just take a look here. Yeah, we got a little something, a storm here. I think this is Barbara that is way out here. It's going to be cutting northwest right there. Yeah, this is tropical storm Barbara. 69 miles an hour, gust of 86 miles an hour as we watch that. We got another little system that is here, way away from us, though. Cosmo. Tropical storm, they're moving at 52 miles an hour. So that's what we've got going on in the waters. Here's Hawaii, and again, it could affect them. It's moving to the northwest. We'll watch that. But if you're heading a vacation toward Hawaii, always good to know what's happening there, isn't it? Let's look at our forecast this morning. Already 6:55 as we get ready for the morning show. It's firing off. Odie's in.
A little bit.
Well, it's Monday. I can tell Odie didn't really want to be here. I think we're all guilty of that. When it rains, you want to just roll over and grab the covers and forget that anything exists. But here in the real world,
Out of your glasses so you can see.
here in the real world, you got to get your boots on, don't you? No matter whether you want to go or not, there's people that depend upon you. And that's what it's all about. We'll be right back in just a few moments as we'll go live to bring you the local headlines throughout the area.